if we're going to go ahead and get the success and the consistency we need, we go ahead and we must establish a rhythm. Everybody, this is Coach Desmond for another edition of Getting Clear with Coach Desmond. Listen, it's a common cry that a lot of people have, and it's totally legitimate on that. And the question goes like this: how can I establish consistency regarding my business? I know I want to start a business. I know that the business is the next step. I get all the hype. But reality is this: I'm getting home after work and it's not working. Some days I have good days, a lot of days I don't. And I know I should be doing more, but I can't. Help me, help me. Okay, no problem. Here's what we need to go ahead and do. First and foremost, we need to go ahead and get into a mindset here. Listen very, very carefully. You know, there's a reason why your kids cannot call, and no one should expect you, or matter of fact, expect that you're going to be able to go ahead and stop in the middle of the day and do chores or do errands. You know why? Because you've made your job what? A non-negotiable. Okay? And because you made it a non-negotiable, everything else works around it. Everybody understands it, and we're able to move accordingly. And that's for the most part, outside of, obviously, emergencies. You know what I'm referring to. But when it comes to your business that you're trying to go ahead and build, you haven't made it a non-negotiable. Okay? Now, because you haven't made it a non-negotiable and all seven, you have not made that decision, you basically allow everything to come on in and to interrupt it. Okay? So that's number one. We have to establish it as a non-negotiable. Nothing gets in the way of this. But that's not the only problem. Okay? One of the things we cannot avoid is that we as humans operate within rhythm. Once we start a momentum on that, and you guys know what I'm talking about, when you get into work mode, you're in it. From 9 to 5, all thoughts, all actions are about your job, your responsibilities, etc., etc. And you've trained your body and mind to understand that when I am here, I'm in work mode. Okay, let's go ahead and keep it going. That work mode right now is creating a rhythm. All right, now, here's what ends up happening. Once we clock out, once we sign out, once we leave the door, here's what ends up happening. Our mind and body begin to go ahead and turn off and start getting into any other mode other than work mode. Now, here's what's happening. We're getting into the season, into the season of trying to go ahead and now get into our new business. But we've already checked out mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And even though sometimes it can help to get back into that mode, it's super hard. So Des, what can we do about it? Here's what I'm recommending. Listen to your coach, because this is working. If you're already in work mode from 9 to 5, I'm going to ask you for the 1 or 2 hours that you're making as a non-negotiable time to work the business. I'm talking to you, paparazzi. I'm talking to you, Primerica. I'm talking to every entrepreneur right now who wants to go ahead and really get serious about their endeavor. I'm going to ask you to not work against your rhythm, but to work with it. Okay, so after 9 to 5, I want you to tag on an additional 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. For a lot of you in California, you have a long commute. It could be stuck in traffic. So you can be making calls. Okay, you can be making calls, making notations to yourself. For others, you may be working pretty close to home. Stop by Starbucks. Okay, a matter of fact, some of you guys can just go inside the parking lot, make your calls, do your notes, etc., etc. You can start working the business while you're still in the rhythm of work mode. And then when you're done with that, whether the 1 or 2 hours that you've now done while in mode, then you can go ahead and shut it off and now be able to move on. Listen, I know there are a lot of people talk about, hey, I just go ahead and start at 7 and go to midnight. If you can do that, then that's fine. But for a lot of people for which entrepreneurism is a brand new thing, the shock and awe of you stopping after you've been basically practicing for X number of years being in this work mode is tough to go ahead and get out of. So to help you start getting into this mindset, I'm going to ask you to, instead of trying to go ahead and now strive to work against your rhythm, to start working with it and simply extend the workday, but this time simply extend it with you doing your thing. That way you're taking the momentum of the workday and now using it to your advantage. So then when now you're finished with your task, at the very least, now you're able to end the workday and be able to go ahead and now get into caretaker mode, dog walking mode, mommy mode, daddy mode, family mode, but whatever situation, and you're able to do it, able to go ahead and do it guilt-free. Guys, why don't you go ahead and matter of fact, test that. Try that for yourself. Let me know what you think. Guys, I'm looking forward to getting your comments. Send me a comment. Let me know what you think overall. Will that work for you? I believe it will. Okay? All right. Well, sounds good. Okay, guys, I got to go. But as always, don't forget, be great and stay clear. This has been Coach Desmond. You take care. Bye-bye.